The top part of the figure shows a typical high-speed cable internet user. The PC connects to a cable modem using Ethernet cable. The cable modem then connects to the cable TV, CAT TV outlet in the wall using round coax cable. The same kind of cable used to connect your TV to the CAT TV wall outlet. Because cable internet service provides service continuously, the user can just sit down at the PC and start sending email, browsing websites, making internet phone calls, and using other tools and applications. The lower part of the figure uses two different technologies. First, the tablet computer uses wireless technology that goes by the name wireless local area network, wireless LAN, or Wi-Fi instead of using an Ethernet cable. In this example, the router uses a different technology, DSL, to communicate with the internet. Both home-based network and networks built for use by company make use of similar network technologies. The information technology IT refers to network created by one corporation or enterprise for the purpose of allowing the employees to communicate as enterprise network. The similar network home, when used for business purpose, often go by the name small office, home office, SOHO network. See, the low part of the figure uses two different technology. First, the tablet computer uses wireless technology that goes by the name wireless local area network or Wi-Fi instead of using Ethernet cable. In this example, the router uses a different technology, DLS, to communicate with internet. Users of internet networks have some idea about enterprise network at their computer or school. People realize that they use a network for many tasks. PC users might realize that their PC connects through the Ethernet cable to the matching wall outlet, as showing at the top of figure 1.2. Those same users might use wireless LAN with their laptop when going to meeting the conference room as well. Users of enterprise network have some idea about the enterprise network at their company or school. People realize that they use a network for many tasks. PC users might realize that their PC connects through the Ethernet cable to the matching wall outlet, as showing at the top of figure 1/2. Though some user might use wireless LAN with their laptop when going to the meeting in the conference room as well. Figure 1/2 shows those two end user perspective on an enterprise network. Example representation of enterprise network. Example of representation of an enterprise network. Enterprise network, Ethernet cable, wireless. In network diagram, cloud represents a part of network whose details are not important to the purpose of the diagram. In this case, figure 1.2 ignores the details of the how to create an enterprise network. Some user may not have a concept of the network at all. Instead, those users just enjoy the function of the network, the ability to post messages to social media, sites, make phone calls, search for information on the internet, listen to the music, and download countless apps to their phones, without caring about how it works or how their favorite device connects to the network. Regardless of how much you already know about how networks work, this book and the related certification help you learn how networks do their job. That job is simple: this, moving data from the one device to another. The rest of this chapter and the rest of this first part of the book reveals the basic of how to build enterprise networks so that they can deliver data between two devices. TCP IP networking model. A networking model sometimes also calls either a networking architecture or networking blueprint, refers to a comprehensive set of documents. Individually, each document describes one small function required for a network. Collectively, those documents define everything that should happen for a computer networks to work. Some documents define a protocol, which is a set of logical rules that device must follow to communicate. Other documents define some physical requirements for networking. For example, the document could define the voltage and current level used on a particular cable when transmitting data. You can think of networking model as you think of an architectural blueprint for building a house. Sure, you can build a house without a blueprint. However, the blueprint can ensure that the house has the right foundation and structure, so that it will not fall down, and it has many and it has the correct hiding space to accommodate the plumbing, electrical, gas, and so on. Also, the many different people that build the house using the blueprint, such as as farmers, electrician, bricklayer, painters, and so on, know that if they follow the blueprint, their part of the work should not cause problem for the other workers. Similarly, you could build your own network, write your own software, build your own networking cards, and so on to create a network. However, it is much easier to simply buy and use product that already conform to some well-known networking model or blueprint. Because the network products vendor build their products with some networking model in mind. Their products should work well together. History leading to TCP/IP. Today, the world of computer network use one networking model, TCP/IP. However, the world has not always been so simple. Once upon a time, networking protocols didn't exist, including TCP/IP. Vendor created the first networking protocols. Those protocols supported only the vendor's computers. For example, IBM, the computer company, will the computer company with the largest market share in many markets back in the 1970s and 1980s published in System Network Architecture networking model in 1974. Other vendors also create their own proprietary networking models. As a result, if your company bought computer from 3 vendors, network engineer often had to create 3 different networks based on the networking model created by each company, and then somehow connect those networks, making the combined networks much more complex. The left side of figure 1/3 show the general idea of what a company enterprise networking might have looked like back in the 1980s, before TCP/IP became common in enterprise internet works. Answer to the Do I Know test already quiz. 1. D and F, 2. A and G, 3. B, 4. B, 5. A, 6. D, 7. B.